All right, so episode 1 or session 1, whatever you want to say, has been completed.
Yep.
And it seems like everything has been pretty fine.
Yeah, I would say I think it went really well. I mean, especially for it being my first time doing a D&D type of, you know, I guess playthrough interaction. I don't know, but my first time doing anything like D&D, I'd say it went really well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was a good time. But I will say one thing, I thought for sure I was cooked at some points. I thought I was fucked.
And I'm going to put our tokens out on a page so that way you and everyone else can actually get a bit of a closer look, since it is a bit iffy.
Mm-hmm.
And it is kind of hard to tell whenever it's so small. You can't really get a great look. Right, help if I pulled up the right tab. But yeah, so what did you think of the session?
No, I had a really good time. It was fun. I mean, I think the fact that I rolled two ones back to back was a little fucking ridiculous. But other than that, it was good. Did not expect to have as many people in my group as ended up having. But they're all solid. They all have use. The only one that you could argue doesn't have use is kind of Iggy. At least Alexa, we know she can knows her way around a gun. Iggy hasn't had any real opportunity to kind of show what he would be good for with like his deception and his charisma being at 20.
Right, yeah, he hasn't really had an opportunity yet.
Because we haven't had a whole lot of like person-on-person interaction yet, where like the only reason why I didn't not the only reason, but the reason why like I didn't even think to bring Iggy in whenever we first met Alexa was because there was the chance for confrontation because they were armed.
Yeah.
If they weren't armed, I would have for sure had Iggy do it because he can talk his way out of it, for the way, at least how it would seem. But if there's with a constitution of 2, I'm not putting him in danger's way because he's 120 roll and he's dead is basically what I am assuming. So I am not putting him in harm's way.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense to me. But yeah, so yeah, overall a pretty big party. Managing all of them and making sure you got enough supply might become an issue down the line, but you know, we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I have some things in my head that I'm thinking of potentially doing, but I would need some sort of prerequisite stuff to happen before that goes down, but I'm not going to tell you because if I'm able to do it, I'll do it and you'll actually just see it in the episode. But
yeah,
I have some plans.
Okay.
But no, was there any things that you didn't expect me to do and you're like, "Ah, shit"?
Not really. This was session 1, so it did play out. It was still open-ended, but I had a lot more structure and stuff to it.
Mm-hmm.
So
were you
yeah.
expecting me to go and like try to save the biologist, or were you expecting me to fuck that?
Yeah, I expected. I didn't know if you were going to try recruiting everyone, because obviously beating everyone and making sure that everyone's good is going to, you know, be an issue. Also on screen is all 8 party members right now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
No, yeah. I definitely had that in the back of my mind too. But if I can do what I want to do, then I'm a BI. But some things are gonna have to fall in line, which we'll see if they do. If they don't, then it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Were there any areas that like you thought I was supposed to get to but didn't?
No. All of the preset encounters were hit. Yeah, pretty much everything was hit.
Alright. Was there any sort of unique ways that I saw something that surprised you, or what did I do that you didn't expect me to do, like in order to like handle a situation? Like,
Um,
were you
I
expecting me to get in
was
that car?
I was a bit surprised with the whole I'm gonna just hop in this truck and just use that to clear the whole scenario.
I mean, it's a military grade truck. That thing weighs a shit ton. I feel like that would be smart, no?
Yeah.
What did you
So,
think I was gonna do? Just try to pick them off slowly, or just leave?
I mean, I figured that you would at least try. I figured you'd probably take a more stealthy approach and try to just pick them off.
Okay, like Assassin's Creed, just slowly wear them down.
Yeah.
And had there not been two sprinters, I would have done that.
Yeah.
But my history with the sprinters in the very first role that happened whenever they were introduced being a 20 and them beating the shit out of Alexa off rip, I did not want to take my chances.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about your party, about the people? Like, just kind of run down the line about like your impressions.
So I'm pretty happy with it. The only one that I wonder may cause trouble later is the two that I'm kind of have like asterisk towards where I want to pay a little bit more attention to them is Greg and Alexa. Because Greg is a very, you said like no nonsense, just straight to the point kind of guy,
Yeah.
which is kind of a double-edged sword because it's good because it'll be kind of more of like a reality. It's like, well, why are we doing all this other shit? Let's just focus straight on this. This is what we need to do. Kind of like help distinguish certain things, but I could also see if he doesn't agree with like what the group goes on with, I could see that either biting us in the ass or him just not partaking in it. And then with Alexa, I know you said she's very standoffish, but does enjoy company, so I think the camaraderie of having more people would be good. But I think again, it also runs the risk of it could potentially piss her off to where she might just up and leave.
Right.
But then again, since she says she doesn't have anyone or know anyone around, I don't really see that happening. Which similar with Greg, where he doesn't even live in the fucking state. He's from out of state. He has no idea where anything is. I don't know necessarily if they would go off on their own, but I could see some like infighting going on with them being the start of it.
Right.
I don't see Justine having any sort of issue. She just seems like the very like soft-spoken, like nerdy type, if you will. I don't want to say maybe not nerdy, but like super like very like compassionate, where she avoids conflict.
Right. I did like how you were like, yeah, she's probably a nerd. She's probably pretty slow.
Yeah,
But her dex is actually pretty decent.
yeah, her dex was actually pretty good. See, for me, not knowing any of her stats, I just assumed that she was gonna have like the stereotypical like she's a biologist.
Oh
She
yeah,
doesn't
like soup, like 6 strength, 6 dex, and like
put,
it'll all
like
be in brain
20
power.
intelligence, 18 wisdom, or some like crazy shit like that, where it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, no,
I'm
she's
like,
she's
okay.
got some pretty okay,
No, yeah, so she can
pretty okay dex.
kind of fend for herself, and she's got decent constitution, so that's good. But no, yeah, I'm pretty. The only one that I don't know a whole lot about is Julia because I just met her. But other than
Right.
that, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
I'm
kind of hard to
imagining
say anything.
she kind of gets grandfathered in because Tommy knows her obviously from working with her, so I'm assuming she'll be fine. But
Right.
I'm just happy. I'm excited for the cabin because being out of the city is obviously going to be a huge, huge, huge help because there's one, not going to be as many people. Two, it's a lot quieter.
Yeah.
Granted, we don't know exactly what attracts them, but we know that obviously noise is one thing. So if we can get out of the noise of the city, we'll probably see them in a lot smaller numbers.
And that being said, go ahead and move the party back to the map. You're out in the sticks, but you're still kind of close to the city.
We're on like the outskirts, I would say, of maybe not even outskirts. Of the
Yeah, I would say
city,
you're
just
a bit further than
outside
that.
of the outskirts,
Yeah.
to where they could get there. But if people are doing that by foot, I mean that's gonna take a while, no?
So, but I mean that means like if you do need to like scavenge in the city, then like you should still be fine.
No, exactly. I'm also interested to see this area over here. I'm curious what this is.
Can you? Ah, yes, that building. Yes, I wonder what that could be.
My guess, it looks like it'd be like a fucking prison. obviously you're not going to tell me. But I am intrigued to go and kind of explore all over this, because I'm definitely going to. I'm also going to make use of...
Yes, and you are allowed to go, despite the fact that we have this big map with a lot of landmarks, you are allowed to just completely leave the map. You are free to do that.
Well, I'd have to see, because I'm not just for the story. I want to see a lot of these places. Like, I definitely want to check out this mansion looking fucking thing over here.
Yeah.
I imagine that's pretty heavily guarded, though. I mean, they got a shit ton of land over there. They're outside of the city, although not by much. I imagine it's probably barricaded because they're wealthy and they got a bunch of people helping them. But no, yeah, I'm intrigued. I mean, I think that, and this is a prediction, I think that if we do try to get out of the city and go over this bridge, something tells me this bridge is going to be barricaded because that's leading out of the city and they don't want either potential people getting infected leaving the city, or they want to just make sure zombies don't get through, and that's an easy way to make sure that they don't. It's just barricade that fucking bridge. Granted, they could just swim, but that takes longer.
That is true.
But yeah, I'm excited to go explore the whole map too, because I do plan on kind of going all over the place. I do think that what I will do once we start needing supplies is I'm gonna... Actually, no, I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna do.
Now, I am interested to see, because by the time of session 2, we will have a actual camp status log, where we'll actually be able to display everything on there. On like who's around, what's going on, actual supply for like food, water, medical, all that kind of stuff, which water won't be an issue just because I mean, you can see it. I'll go ahead and move us back to the Ranger Shack. There's fresh flowing water.
Main thing's just gonna be food, which I imagine we could hunt for, given the camping backgrounds, but it'd also be good to get non-perishables.
Yeah. And one thing you may also be excited about, I didn't mention it at the end. I was going to say it at the beginning of the second session, but I will go ahead and say it now. You do level up.
Hey!
So
let's go. Is everyone in the group leveling up, or just my character?
Everyone will level up. You will be the only one who will have a feat applied, though.
Okay.
So level 2, you will get a feat. I do have a list of that.
I don't get to know what it is until that episode, though.
Before session 2, I'll basically I'll give you the list, and you can pick something off of it.
Okay, cool.
And then you will just get to throw that on there. More will become available as time goes on, but for level 2...
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is cool. These will be what is available to you, and we'll have all that set up. And so at the beginning of session 2, the announcement will just be made like, hey, you've achieved level 2. Your companions will get smaller type bonuses.
Nothing is major, though. Makes sense.
Yeah, nothing major. You as the player will receive a big boost, though.
Okay. Let's go. I'm excited. I am excited to just explore the park, too.
Yeah.
Go and see what's around.
So, yeah, there's a lot of things. We will have a small time skip going into session 2, where we will skip ahead a couple days.
Naturally.
But yeah, as far as this session goes, yeah, day 1 is always like the big one. And you guys scraped it out of a few zombie encounters, and everything ended up pretty good.
There we go. Let's go. I'm excited.
So, you have anything else? Like, what did you think of the encounters that were thrown in there?
I liked them. The very beginning encounter too. I liked how it was literally just, you literally walk out. I felt like the scene from fucking Joker. You just walk out of the courthouse and there's just a shit ton of stuff going on. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I fucking walked down, just somebody's getting mauled. it's nice too because it creates a kind of a point of interest in case we do go back into the city and we find ourselves like we got to go somewhere and like spend the night or got to do something. Maybe we get there and see
Yeah,
if it's
and during that first encounter, your the guard Brandon did not go with you.
did not go with me, but he does have my contact information.
It's true, for as long as phones work.
As long as phones work, yeah. But it also has my email on there, so as long as there's internet connection.
So long as there's internet as well, which I feel like
Yeah.
that's probably not gonna be around much longer.
Which, truth be told, now that we bring up the court, I'll probably make a call towards the courthouse or just whoever's over there to see if there's anything going on.
But
See if
I
I can
do
get
I do
contact.
already have a opening event planned for the beginning of session 2.
There
So
we go.
that is already planned. We will have, like I said, the camp stuff set up. I'm interested to see how long you decide to stick it out at the Ranger Shack.
Mhm.
Whether you're planning on moving out quickly or if you want to just camp out here for a long time. You know, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, we'll find out. So we're gonna see if we're able to fortify it easily and we don't expand the group. We're able to get resources easy enough. Kind of want to hunker down as best we can.
So yeah. Any other remarks?
Yeah,
About the
Hobo Joe, best one in the group so far.
Yeah, Hobo Joe. He is a legacy character from an old game session that
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, they don't even know how this came about, do they? How we started or how you started this? I mean, I don't want to say I'm not taking credit, but
Yeah, I mean it was basically just we decided to run a sort of verbal simulation of how someone would try to make it through the apocalypse.
mm-hmm.
And then that sort of came back up here recently. And
He's making it seem way more nonchalant. Basically, what we were doing as a kid, we were growing up and playing fucking zombies, like Black Ops Zombies or something like that. And we were just fucking around on there, just bored. Not necessarily bored, but like just talking. We ran out to talk, and he goes, "Hey, so what would you do in a situation like this?" And we made it to like day fucking 400 on the thing, and
with
like
plenty of time skip.
plenty of time in between, plenty of time skip, but time in between of us like even just talking about the whole like what we would do. Like it'd be like, oh cool, we'd go like pretty heavily on it for like a few weeks, and we'd skip it for a couple months, and then next thing you know, go back into it. Then oh shit, a year later we remember that we did it, and we hop back in. We're like, oh, I think we were on day fucking 133. Yeah, sure, fuck it, that sounds right. We just keep going. I have to loosely remember the fucking characters that we had with us. Like nothing nearly as thought out as this, but.
Yeah, also no maps, no dice. It was all just kind of assumed things would go relatively right.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and they did. I somehow found my way inside a tank.
did you?
Yeah, I did. I found my way inside a tank. No, there was a one way we were just like running through, and we ended up coming across some like I don't know. I think it was some like fucking had to be some military base, obviously. But it's because one of the legacy characters they made, we added like fucking Tank Dempsey or something like that from Zombies in there, and he was in like in a little tank of his own, and I somehow ended up in there, and we were just shooting shit. Very unrealistic, and will never happen in this. But
Yeah,
I mean, I
this
don't
is
wanna
a
say
lot
never,
more
we never know.
grounded.
Yeah, but as you again, that was 10 years ago, damn near, that we were doing this shit. So, but you know, I'm excited to get going into the next one and try to
Yeah, slight spoiler.
keep the group alive.
There might be a tank.
Hey,
There might be a battle map that was made that features a tank.
well, all right then. Maybe there will. Maybe I will get to be in a tank again.
Yeah,
I'll
you
find a
might
way
get to
in
get
there.
in. You might be able to get inside the tank. We'll have to see.
I will find a way to get into the tank just for nostalgia.
You'll roll a 1, and then it'll be like, oh yeah, the tank arm actually slides and it actually whacks you off and knocks you out.
It was like, oh, you went in there. It was actually jerry rigged, and there was C4 set to explode the second somebody opened it. You and your group is
Yeah,
dead.
yeah, yeah. The lid was actually attached to the pin of a grenade.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing. Were you? I mean, the session's over. If you didn't, it's not that big a deal since we're still kind of trying to figure it out. Were you applying the -1 to your rolls? For
I
exhaustion?
realized.
I didn't. I
No,
don't think you were. Yeah.
I don't think I was. No.
Yeah. I didn't.
Uh,
Whenever I was looking back through the log, I didn't think that you were.
I don't think we did.
So.
Which is why I kind of tried to save it too at the end. Whenever I was like, "Oh yeah, the exhaustion." I'm assuming it just kind of went back up whenever we were
Yeah. The exhaustion.
resting in the
the
car while
exhaustion-
doing that, and that's why I didn't do
No,
it.
the
Like, I tried to
exhaustion-
kind of save
The
it.
exhaustion did not go away until you rested at Iggy's house.
I figured, but I was like, maybe I can save it. I'll save that and see what kind of happens. But I do think that a lot of the roles that I did have, the ones that I won by a lot. The ones that I lost by a lot. So I don't know how much the -1s.
Yeah,
would
there
have
were a
really
couple that were kind of iffy, like the whenever the zombie jumped up into the window whenever it got a crit and broke the window and jumped up there, that one.
Yeah, but only
the-
I would receive the -1 because I went to shoot it and it was right there.
Yeah, you would have gotten the -1 on that. Because what is your dexterity?
20.
20. Yeah, so you would have gotten the -1 because it's not a -1 to your roll. Wait, hold on. Let me. Actually, it might just be a -1 to your rolls.
It says -1 to ability rolls.
Okay, yeah, so you would have just got a -1 on your roll. So, and technically with that,
I have a +5, so it would have been +4.
I probably wouldn't have killed the zombie with that roll that you had, but the encounter was basically over, so I would just kind of wrapped it up. So there's not really a point in dragging it out.
True. I'll just have to get better at fucking remembering the exhaustion levels. It is my first time doing this, and I was keeping track of fucking 8 characters trying to stats and everything going, so cut me a little bit of slack.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, alright. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, and now that you have a camp, you can leave people at the camp.
I know.
Yeah, you have a place that you can actually leave people now.
I know. It'll be nice. Basically, people storage.
People storage.
Basically.
Yeah, you can drop off some of these people.
There we go. That's the gang right there.
Yeah, like our boy Iggy. 'Cause I don't know if he gonna make it.
If I had to put a vote on whoever I think's gonna die, it's probably Iggy.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. I actually get to see I didn't get to see Julia's character token before, so there we go.
Yeah, so there it is. You can now look at it, and you can see a much more detailed version of everyone.
No, yeah.
Since you just got to see like a little zoomed out version.
I still got that 7-iron too, which whenever I plan on doing stealthy stuff, that's what I'm gonna bring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nice. That another reason why want to know another plan that I had for it too, why I took 7-iron, is because one, it's the easiest golf club to hit in the bag. In case you didn't know. And what I plan to do, if I need to use it for distractions, if I see rocks anywhere, I'm gonna hit them with the golf club and try to just break shit with it. So that way I get extra distance on it. I swear to God. That's why I did it. So if I need to hit a rock to get a distraction, hit something, I'll just fucking start hitting rocks over there or something like that. But yeah.
Well, good shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, hopefully session 2 goes well. And, is similar to session 1 and everything just kind of keeps rolling.
I hope so. I mean, it was a good time. Hopefully nobody dies in the next one. If they do, probably gonna be Iggy. Just saying.
He'll be like the linchpin, and he'll be the last one to die. He'll make it the whole way.
Watch, it'll be that one. Yeah, 100%. I don't doubt it.
He'll never die.
No, the one that'll never die is gonna be Hobo Joe.
That is true.
Hobo Joe just can't. There's no way he does.
Yeah, he is very unpredictable though.
Yeah, you know what? That's why you like him. Honestly, the one that I feel is the most unpredictable is Greg.
Yeah, that's so.
Character
More
icon,
predictable than the homeless man who was throwing Molotovs.
The reason why I find, because I expect not to know what the hell's going on with Joe. So the unpredictableness of him, I can predict. Like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to be like not have any idea what the hell he's actually doing.
I also like to imagine that Joe is going to be staying in this small shack over here.
You too, 100%.
That's my headcanon.
No, he's just gonna be sitting over there. Or we'll just go out there and we'll just see him finally just under a tree, just sitting there and just sleeping or something.
Yeah.
But, no, Greg, I mean, those eyes, it makes me feel like he's just, it's like 1,000-yard stare. He's just so, I don't know, eerie. I know nothing about him. Not from the state. He's a businessman.
You guys are gonna go for a rest, and I'll be like, go ahead and make a roll. And you'll be like, what for? You'll make a low roll. And I'll be like, yeah, Greg stabs you in your sleep and runs off with all the equipment.
No, I know. That's why I'm like, I feel like I gotta keep one eye peeled around him.
Nah, he seems like an upstanding citizen.
No, yeah, but again, hey, so what happened with your client in there? Did he get turned? Yeah, something like that. And I was like, well, I was like, do I question that or do I just?
I mean, you could have asked to make an insight roll.
Yeah. I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, it doesn't really seem like the time to question him on it. I'm just gonna go like. No, but one thing too, the reason why I'm recruiting a lot of these people too, is because I do want to see a lot of like character development with them. I think I don't really foresee me getting a whole lot of other people unless I really like kind of what they're doing.
Right.
I'll let them join because we have 8 fucking people.
It is a pretty big party.
And
although I can see some of them kind of just like hanging back at the ranger shack.
yeah, I see Justine kind of chilling at the shack a lot, maybe setting up whatever she can to like do research or something like that. But
yeah, now she could still be useful out in the field though.
No, 100% she could, which I think she'll go on a couple runs and things like that, but predominantly over there. Like maybe she'll go on like out of every 5 runs, she goes on one, and she goes on one to like collect samples or something like that, whatever it is she has to do. And then I see Julia kind of always staying at the park for the most part, mainly just going around. She knows it pretty well, and just kind of patrolling, maybe with Tommy. I see the main people going out to do a lot of like the runs is probably going to be me. Iggy's never leaving the fucking thing, by the way. He's never leaving. He's staying there the whole fucking time. Probably me, Greg, Joe, and Alexa are going to be the ones that are out there a lot, is what I would imagine. But yeah, suppose we'll find out.